It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Washington Commanders and the Carolina Panthers on Sunday night.
It's been the home of the Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you to EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, partner. A couple of teams that were cellar dwellers a year ago, but as we've seen being around the league for a while, man, that can change one season to the next.
And how often do we see, Mike, a team that finished at the bottom of their division just a year later be the division champion? I'm not suggesting that it's easy or necessarily that these two teams are going to find themselves in that position. But the NFL is made up of a formula that says you don't have to stay long forever. If you make the right decisions, you can go from worst to first very quickly.
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go from Charlotte. Raheem Blackshear on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Hubbard. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Here's the pistol snap to Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
And even though he's just a rookie, Mike, I think it's safe to say Jaden Daniels, he is one of the most dynamic athletes that we have in the entire NFL at the quarterback position. And on top of that, he's not a one-dimensional player. Yes, he's going to make splash plays with his feet, and he's going to make some highlight reel plays. But he is a quarterback. He can make every throw. He's got great arm talent. If he can continue to find the balance between those two aspects, he's got a chance not to have just success today, but he has a chance to have success for a long time in this league.
Here's a 2nd and 6. First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And let's give him about 4 on that one. The veteran Josie Jewell there for the stop. Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And that's going to be enough to move the chains. First down, up past the 35.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Another run here for Robinson. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. They'll throw with Daniel. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. Strong running there. Inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9. Second and a yard. They'll go again with Robinson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. Trying to get to the edge. He will not get there. As a matter of fact, he was taken down behind the line. And that brings up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This one from 47 yards out. Gay's kick is good. And the Commanders are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. On the return, here comes Blackshear. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Panthers offense Ready now for their second drive. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. He'll find his tight end, Tommy Tremble.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Young hands it to Hubbard. Into the secondary at the 45. And he'll be taken down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
He'll dump this down to Hubbard. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They motion the slot man left. A 2nd down throw for Young. That one caught over the middle by the rookie. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Young. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
So we are through one on Sunday Night Football. It's the Commanders with the early lead. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. Here's 3rd and 2. He'll try to run for it with Hubbard. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
They'll motion over Thielen. Young to throw on 1st down. In trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And third down coming up. Tremble comes in motion. From the gun here on third down, it's Young. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
His kick is good. And the Panthers will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. Now an opening past the 30. The Commanders' offense ready for their second possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On the option, here's Robinson. And he'll get about 4 out of that one, and that should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first down, right back to Robinson. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. Now they'll set up the screen to Eckler. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it's going to be 4th down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Blackshear. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Throwing is Young. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Motion man, set right. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. Quick throw, taken in. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Here's Young. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have a Panthers 1st down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
What that play call tells me is that play caller made up his mind. We're on 3rd and inches. If we don't get it, we're going for it on 4th down. So he really treated that 3rd down like 2nd down. They worked the outside part of the field. Simple pitch and catch. It's a nice pickup.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. His tight end Trimble over the middle. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. To throw is Young. Thrown left side, the catch is made. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
1st and 10. Here's Young to throw. Going to set up the screen here to Hubbard. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
To throw, Young. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Commanders come up with it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, but it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Commanders' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On 1st and 10, here's Young. This one to the tight end, Tremble. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now...
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. The Panthers will take their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Young gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. The Panthers going to turn things over to the field goal unit. This from 40 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Panthers will tie the game at 6.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Commanders' offense going to take over just before the half. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He gets it to Samuel, left side. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Throwing now, Daniels. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. He's got his man downfield. It's Debo. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This from 34 yards. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Commanders get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. On first down is Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. On second down, Young. He's going to air this one out. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports Studios. This is the Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half coming up. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes a return from the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Commanders offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. A pass complete to Noah Brown. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. Third and a yard. It's Daniels. Has his man. It's Samuel. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Washington.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
They run. Eckler. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's a third down and 4. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds. So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
The Panthers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
On first down, it's right back to Hubbard. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Frankie Luvu there to make the play defensively. 2nd down and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Young. A throw, left side, caught by Sanders. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Panthers will tie the game here in the 3rd quarter.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the 2nd half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Austin Eckler now to return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. A low-scoring game, all tied, 3rd quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They run over center with Robinson. And he will pick it up. Let's give him a 1st down up to the 37-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Daniels. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Daniels now going to look to throw. Right side, hauled in by Samuel. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells you, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. get this drive started. On the ground, it's Hubbard. A short gain there to about the 22. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Out of the shotgun, Young. That's to the right side and incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These wide outside the number throws, this is where a quarterback really gets to show off his arm strength and arm talent. This puts a ton of pressure on the defense because now they say, all right, we have to defend every single blade of grass.
Young to throw on 1st down. Go right back to Thielen. Again, it's complete. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Tremble comes in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. Looking left side is tight end Tremble. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the gun, it's Young. To get this complete, it's Thielen over the middle. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Tremble comes in motion. A 2nd down throw for Young. Catch made by Thielen. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point. He breaks
to the goal line and in. Tommy Tremble. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Point after, coming up here. The kick is good. The Panthers will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. And they are still searching for that first touchdown of the game. Greg, this defense that they're going against has been like a brick wall.
And especially this front seven. And listen, Mike, we all know this is a passing league. But what you want to do is you want to at least be unpredictable on offense, meaning you want to be in what they call 50-50 downs. I got an equal opportunity to both run or pass based on the down and distance. When you have nothing to show for on first and second down on the ground, you find yourself in must-pass scenarios, and you're playing right into the hands of the defense.
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. They face second down and 7. On play action, Daniels. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin. And that is incomplete.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And let's see if they can take advantage of it.
The Commanders about to send this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. Blackshear to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Panthers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Young to throw on 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The motion man is Sanders. Throwing is Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a 1st down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Tremble comes in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Young. That's right side, taken in by Tremble. And they'll move this ball way down our line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice.
That one, taken in. Touchdown, Panthers. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Extra point try forthcoming. He gets it to go, and the Panthers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Gonna return this from the 10. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Gotta get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Throw downfield and hauled in by Samuel. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the fourth quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
Luke McCaffrey, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Daniels. Off he goes. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And Daniels will have the 1st down as he's able to slide and avoid the contact.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the 1st down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll drop to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. Here we go. 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He's got it at the 3. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short, put him down at the 1. This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. It's Daniels. Over the top. He's got it. Zach Ertz. Touchdown, Commanders.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Important spot here for the Commanders as they will go for 2. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. That's going to wind up incomplete. They try for 2, and it does not pan out.
Anytime you fail on a 2-point try, there's always going to be second guessing about whether that was the right play call. In this case, they decided to throw the ball, which I like. They just need better execution, and they end up coming up a little short.
A 1-score game late, and you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
All right, good effort, just doesn't work out, but it's not over. Remember, they still got 2 timeouts in their back pocket. They've got to use them quickly. They've got to get 3 stops, force a punt, and see what happens when the offense gets the ball.
The home team's offense and Bryce Young set for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Here's Hubbard. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Another run here with Hubbard. There he goes, inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down. Here's 1st and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Third down, 3 to go. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. They proved much the best in this one. They get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Panthers are winners. As we say, so long from Uptown Charlotte.